Okay, hello. Sorry. I am not on the ball today. I forgot to adjust my mic, so I had to take an extra couple minutes there to do that. Hopefully I sound okay. Uh, yeah, sorry I'm so late too. I try to make it by 7. Some days I just can't quite manage it, but I'm here now. I'm looking forward to seeing what these gods are going to be all about, how ridiculous this is going to be in terms of like difficulty. But welcome, Chloe. Welcome, Gian. It's good to see you both. Hope you're doing good today. Um, so last time, and thanks for confirming, Gian. Appreciate it. Yeah, so last time, once again, I keep thinking I'm like wrapping this game up, that I'm gonna like finish it in a couple streams, but it keeps surprising me. Um, and last time I helped deliver a flower between two tragic lovers. The Grey Mourner took like 4 tries going all the way across the map down to here. I've been wondering what that grave was all about, so we solved that mystery. Um, what's that? Oh yeah, that's where like the mask maker is. I still don't know if they have a purpose or anything. And then we went over to the Love Tower, I think it's called. Yep, Tower of Love, and fought the Collector. I finally got the grub map, and which is hilarious because I've already found like 99% of grubs. In fact, I think this is like the only one right here I still need to find. I'll look at that later though to confirm that. Because when I was looking for them, the hive is pretty much the only area I didn't double check because I thought I had just fully explored it because it's kind of a small area. And then I made my way into... Sorry, I'm getting tangled again in my wires. Yeah, so then down in the sewer, there's like a hidden ceiling here that I broke through and came down here into this junk pit. And that was cool enough just to find like another cool kind of substantial big like hidden room. There were like these new enemies in here too. But then I opened this sarcophagus and this like creature fell out and I just dream nailed them on a whim. And now I'm in like the land of the gods apparently, and there's like all these like super bosses that I can fight, and also like it's keeping track of all the other bosses in the game. So again, this game, it just keeps going and going. There's so much just cool hidden stuff in it, and it feels like it never ends. It feels like it's no matter how much I explore, it's like it feels endless. It feels like there's always some secret left around the corner. It feels like somewhere in this world I'll still break open a wall and there's still gonna be some major thing. It just like I haven't even gone to the palace yet down there. Yeah, it's just yeah, and that's why I said kind of at the end of the last stream, it kind of like it's kind of officially like exceeded my expectations for it at this point. It's not just like one of the best Metroidvanias ever made. It's just these developers just poured so much into this game, so many ideas. They just didn't stop, and I can't even believe they made a sequel. So, which I know did start. I think Silksong started as DLC, and then they turned it into a sequel. So, yeah, I'm already so overwhelmed by this game. I can't even imagine what they did with the sequel, but I will find out eventually. Um, you doing pretty okay? That's good to hear. So yeah, so I got the God Tuner. And so this will fill up or something if I defeat these 4. I mean, I'm assuming they're like super bosses. And there was like a little I don't know, pedestal, I guess, in this area that looks like something might happen when I do that, I'm guessing. Alright, so I have one slot. I'll equip something. Grub song, maybe? Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, it's so funny because Silk Song was just like such a meme for so many years. It was like an eight-year development cycle. And I got to the point where even I was rooting for it. Like, I had never played this game, you know, but like when that game was finally out, like I was so excited for people. I was just like, it still like felt like a moment even to me. For that game to finally be coming out, it felt like surreal. Because I've just been so like in tune with like the gaming community and stuff for so long. That's weird. I wonder if that's something in there. So yeah, and that is part of what, you know, of course motivated me. Part of what motivated me to finally get around to this game, because Silk Song finally came out, and I just saw a screenshot of like Hornet and like this gorgeous environment, and I was like, I gotta play those games. Like I have to play those finally. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see how. Yeah, it's so worth it, I imagine. I know I got like Game of the Year noms and stuff. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see how silly it is. It's the kind of thing where I'm inclined to. You know, I should probably be like fully powered up and everything for these. I mean, I haven't even finished the game yet. I'm guessing these fights are like way harder than like the final boss even. But I just want to at least try this first one, and I wonder if it's Un, like the giant worm I think I saw. Let's just go. Let's challenge the gods. Pantheon of the Masters. Seek the gods of nail and shell. Bindings. What does this mean? I'm so confused. Alright, I'm gonna try to do none of them and begin. So this might not be what I thought it is then. So I wonder, is it a boss rush then? I don't know what's going on. Wretch, thou hast ordained thine own destruction. Through sacred combat are we attuned to this kingdom's greatest beings. By entering this gate, thou hast challenged the very gods of this kingdom. Dost thou consider thyself the equal of this pantheon, of its masters? Draw thy weapon then, fool of fools, and be damned for thy arrogance. Alright, so it's a boss rush then. This is like a Smash Brothers arena. Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised there's like a boss rush in the game. So I have all my stuff equipped. So I'm guessing that I'll have to try that, see what that binding stuff does. Must be if you want to like limit yourself and make it more challenging, maybe. Taking so many hits. Like, shouldn't we go down quicker? Wait, do I have the... Does it limit you to what you had when you fought it? No, I have the strongest stuff, so... Heal while you're over there. It's so cool that you can just like find this area before you even finish the game. It's just a matter of like discovery rather than like being unlocked. Though I'm guessing I could only access it with like the strongest Dream Nail. I'm guessing you had to like upgrade it fully first, like I did. Oh god. I know this is like the regular version, but it's just bringing back memories of fighting the failed champion. Funny just how like slow it is. Like the Dream version of this thing was like by far the biggest like upgrade in difficulty of the ones I've fought. But yeah, I saw your comment, Gian. Yeah, it is cool. I was gonna say earlier, yeah, I just love the aesthetic of this place. Oh, this thing. This looks... I love how this looks. All the greenery. Can't use it. Hitbox. Cool. This is such a cool remix. Agave. so funny. Like, I really feel that like sense of progression because like I remember this fight was like so tense when I first did it, and now it just seems like she's moving like so slow compared to all the other wild BS I've dealt with so many other bosses. Not like actual BS, but just like so much more difficult. Like her second phase is way harder. Alright, so this is like a full-on, like gauntlet. It does feel like a Smash Brothers thing. Or something. Yeah, it's alright. I kind of like glanced at your comment quickly, so I actually got the gist of it. Yeah, I love Hornet, even though, like, you know, she's not in the game like a ton, but I still like can't wait to see how she plays in Silksong. It seems like she's gonna be like a super fun character to play as, like her little needle and stuff. You like me to? You mind if I splash you? Alright, so you can change your stuff. So let's see, I wonder what binding. What would that do? If I bound my nail, would it just mean like maybe I would just have the weakest nail, or maybe I just literally can't use it and have to rely on spells? Oh yeah, we'll just stick with it. Go to this thing. Actually, I liked this boss. One of the Kickstarter bosses I liked more, probably. It's just kind of a cute little concept. Feels like their attacks are like timing with the music. Oh, my favorite. Domo, 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 domo. This guy apparently has like a dream phase too. I still haven't done. Oh, you can hit those back. I didn't notice that when I fought them the first time, I don't think. Yeah, this is maybe my favorite boss in the game. Definitely one of them. making pierogies. Nice. Oh, this, I kind of had trouble with this actually. First time. Though I remember there was like something flying around in the arena the first time I fought it, and that was what made it so hard. Or maybe that was like a harder version of this fight. This thing, this was the first boss I basically like got stuck at because of that. I thought you needed to like squeeze in between those droplets instead of jumping over it, which you technically can, it's just really hard. You get a little bit chance to heal when during their death animations. That's your deal. Oh, I see. You said you're in between making. Okay. Yeah, rice is always a good choice. That's your deal. Godseeker, why hast thou crept into this Pantheon, O meager one? The noise of thine wriggling creates much discord, drowning out the godly resonances we attune ourselves to. Okay. So, these aren't the gods. These are people who, like, are seeking the gods or think they're higher than like the normal people is what I'm getting. So that's who was talking when I first arrived here, I think, and probably what the corpse to get in here was, maybe. Yeah, follow Gion's advice. Gion is an expert chef. Right, Gian? Okay, drowning out the godly resonances we attune ourselves to. Dost thou mean to thwart our sacred goal? Dost envy drive thou to such madness? I bet they don't naturally talk this way, like using thou and stuff. They're just trying to sound fancy. We pray that the gods of this kingdom punish thee, obliterate thee, utterly destroy thee. Creep on, mere one, and may the gods utterly destroy thee. O gods of Hellenes, show us your might. We shall attune ourselves to thee and ascend ever higher. What? Oh shit. Alright, well this is a new fight. I thought they were gonna be bosses when I first found them. And you would like get their you'd get their art after you beat them. Why am I... Can you not... Oh, you can't You can't bounce off that. That's what's screwing me up. You can only bounce off like the bottom part. This is like the Watcher Knights, but like way worse. Their animations are similar too. Might be like based on them. Oh, I didn't. That's cool. They have like a dash like I do. Not good. Heal. Chance. I thought I would dodge him. Shit. Oh, you're gonna dash. No, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna do that. Heal. Shit. I was waiting for the third one to show up. $20, new world record. This is going to advance. You're the kind of chef that follows recipes word for word, but the kind of baker that does a little bit of this and that. You want to remake a really good cookie dough, but don't know how to. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I mean, you probably posted that a while back. I was too locked in. But yeah, enjoy the food making. You remember I said that when I met them? Yeah. Okay. So there's 4 little nodes. So does that mean... I'm so curious what that does. So nail, shell, charms, and soul. Seek the gods of nail and shell. So it must be like different categories, which is cool. Yeah, that was a fun fight. I didn't expect there to be... Well, I didn't expect to fight them. I thought there might be an original boss at the end, but I didn't know if this was going to be every boss. I guess it makes sense because there's 3 different rooms. And there's one on the bottom. Yeah, it's funny. I feel like I've enjoyed some of the fights where you fight multiple characters at once. I feel like have been like some of my favorite bosses because I really liked the Mantis Lords too in this one. Um, the Watcher Knights was pretty fun too. It's a little more. I feel like this one was a little more. Felt a little more involved. Um, but it seems like overwhelming at first, but they do a good job like balancing these kind of fights. I just want to see what this does. Does this just like not let you use any of those things and it's just like ridiculous? Okay. What did it say? Oh, I didn't read their thing. Brothers of the Nail, trained in combat by the great Nail Sage. Gods by toil and nail-bound. Brothers sworn to guard the weak. Masters of the sacred ground. Help us find the god we seek. Pray to the masters. So it's like they're summoning all these bosses. I feel like the bosses aren't actually gods, but it's like these beings are like Hornet's not a god, so they're just like kind of. It's probably like they're recreating like versions of them or something. I don't know. It's still saying I have that. Okay, it takes away. Yes, I think it's like it just you just start with like what you started the game with maybe, or it's just limited. I guess it just limits you. This thing is going to take forever like this. I'm just so slow and... So I wonder if the 4 little nodes, each one represents one of these bindings. And probably if you do all 4 at once like this, all 4 of them light up probably automatically. This is painful. Having my little short nail again. One heal at least. Whoops, I fell. That's okay. That's okay. I wasn't really trying anyway, because I don't really want to do that, to be honest. It doesn't seem very fun to me. No, oh, I didn't mean that. I picked begin by accident. I didn't want to do that. I just quit. Maybe there's a quicker way to get out of there, but whatever. So I'll just see if it's anything different. Okay. Alright, well let's go. Let's go to the bench. Well, it looks like you just restart right next to it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, let's try the second one. So yeah, you can kind of like control the difficulty. Pantheon of the Artists, seek the god inspired. You get a sip of water. So I was wondering what unlocked these doors earlier, and I'm guessing it was just beating the bosses involved in each of these challenges. So that's why when I got here, they just all unlocked automatically, because I fought, like, probably, you know, most of the bosses in the game. The door in the basement is probably, like, the final bosses or something. Thou most ungrateful of blemishes, the gods in their great mercy allow thee to escape their first Pantheon alive. Yet still thee think to test thyself against their might. Doom thyself then, that we may resume our focus and ascend our minds ever higher. I was gonna say, it's called Pantheon of the Artist. I wonder if this is all the Kickstarter bosses, but I already fought some of them in the last one, so... Or I fought one of them at least. Kinda had trouble with this one the first time. I didn't notice that, and then you fight him again, and I can upgrade it for him later. Or I forgot, anyway, they did that. Sorry about that. Oops. I just did the dream version of that guy recently, so I remember the fight because of that really well. So I'm dodging when they do that. Yeah, it is a little sweet and sad. Which kind of sums up a lot of this game, honestly. Oh, my favorite. Man, I love how they remix all the music. So one of my favorite character designs in the game too. Slow one. I love the squelchiness. I think I said that a lot earlier. The sound design when you kill enemies and stuff is it has a really nice sense of impact, and it's satisfying and stuff. A little too much because it feels like really gruesome sometimes. And everything's just like exploding and orange guts and stuff. Just keep going with this. Oh, I don't like this boss very much. It stresses me out. Trying to kill it like as quick as I can because I feel like I'm just not very good at that one. Oh, and here's another one I kind of had a lot of issues with. I never really came up with a good strategy for this one. I kind of just brute forced it. I keep thinking I can go under its legs. Ugh. Trying to do this. god. Yeah, I gotta like... I would have to like practice that one in the underground place because yeah, most of the bosses I fought them enough I would come up with like a strategy, but that one I never did. I just ended up brute forcing it and just kind of taking damage and slashing it as fast as I could. Thanks, Gian. But something I want to try. I want to look through all these again. Yeah, a little, does that like light up if you... Let me try it. Hold on. Slumbering god of fertility. Is there a harder version for every single one of them? So this is the regular fight, I think. It does light up. And then what is this? Oh. Let's see. It seems like its behavior is the same, it's just the arena. Gonna say it'd be weird if there was the dream fights and then there was this. Is it doing more damage? I think it's doing more damage too, actually. Test that actually. Yeah, it does. It does too. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So it does 2 health. So they do more damage and they change the arena. But it seems like the fight's the same. Damn, it's every single boss, god. Whoops. Oopsie. Alright, I'm not taking Gruz mother seriously enough. I keep forgetting they do that dash. Turns white. Oh my god. This is a lot. So, I haven't even found every boss in the world. There was some missing in that list. And then there's the boss rushes, and those have their own little stipulations you can do. And then every single boss has 3 forms here, potentially. On top of the dream forms, which I still need to go fight the Nightmare King, which I was going to try next. Developers were really like, hey, we heard you like bosses, so... And this is just a one-hit kill. Okay. That's wild. They were like, if you want any kind of challenge, we are going to give you every single kind of challenge you could want with these fights. I almost feel like they may as well have just had like a menu where it's just like, oh, just customize the difficulty. Like one hit kill, or they take off 3 health, they take off 2 health. So what's scary to me is because it tracks this, I feel like it unlocks something if you do it all. That's what scares me. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to do Gruz Mother. I guess this must have been the first boss, technically. I didn't remember that. I always think of it as the False Knight, but... Yeah, I remember you fought this thing in like that little abandoned village next to where the charm maker's shop is. I'm gonna dash. Dash. That was really close. Oh. I tripped on my shoelaces there into the spikes. So I wonder if this is actually the home of the gods, or it's just these, like, pretentious people that, like, think they're gods. Because when they said fight the gods, I'm thinking, like, oh, I'm gonna fight, like, Un and stuff, right? But they just meant the bosses. They're referring to the bosses as gods. So just, like, the strongest creatures in the world. So I don't think I'm actually gonna fight Un. Which, I'm both happy about, because I liked Un, I thought they were cute. If they were the giant, like, worm that gave me the charm in the green path, I don't even know if that's, maybe that was just some other creature, but it was in, like, the Lake of Un where they gave it to me. But I guess also slightly disappointed, because I thought it was going to be like these ridiculous like super bosses or something, which would have been cool to see, but goddamn. But yeah, this game, it did like have to have some kind of boss rush in it or something, because the bosses are definitely such like a big part of the game. And they clearly put like a ton of effort into them. Alright, I gotta stop yapping and pay attention. But, you know, that might still be a thing at the end of all this. Don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. Because there was, like, the original Nailmaster fights. So I'm sure there's other original fights, too. I bet you fight all 3 of them eventually. They'd still one-hit kill you if you equipped like the blue lifeblood charm that gives you extra health. Shit. I'm gonna get this Gruz mother. Gotta get this one at least. I keep thinking it's gonna just, I don't know why I keep thinking that it's gonna just narrowly miss me if I stand at the edge of that platform. Shit. I love that I just like first tried the boss rush and I'm like struggling against this. Oh, he got me with the butt. The hardest boss in the game. Oh, jeez. This is so, like, deceptively hard. Like, they have, like, 2 attacks. But they're also just, like, a really big hitbox. Oh my, like that, exactly. Like, I just keep, like, nicking the side of their hitbox and dying. Man, I wonder what like 100% speedrun of this game looks like. That must be wild. I wonder how long it is. If they do all of this along with it. Oh god, the hitbox. just gotta wait for them to do their little dash. Just so like I have to do this. So like I can't just not do it now because it's taking so damn long. I can't believe how long it's taking me to do this. Big time sunk cost fallacy. Safe. I think the hardest thing about this is just how it's such a cramped room and the boss is just such a big hitbox, so... Too late. Double jump. It just like homed in on me there. Like, I feel like that thing would be annoying. I feel like almost Hornet would probably be hard. I feel like all these bosses would not be as hard as this one is for me. But I'd have to see how they change the arena, I guess. With the one-hit kill, I mean. It's just the way this thing operates. Just like a giant bouncing hitbox. Shouldn't have bounced. I will. I'm just, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's not that hard. Like, it's just not that hard, but it is. Or it's like psychological, like I feel like it shouldn't be that hard. Because it's like the first boss. But the one-hit kill. Stop dashing. Oh god, the rice is good. I think this is literally the most stuck I've been on a boss, besides the failed champion. Too close. Oh, I thought they were gonna do their dash. Well, we live here now. I don't even know what happened there. I activated the double jump like too soon or something. God, I slipped into the goddamn spikes. This is so ridiculous. Yeah. Oh my god. Spikes. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Oh god. Honestly, I just kind of really like the little animation when you enter the fight. It's really nice. Really nice sound design. Oh, God. I should really be doing this to it, shouldn't I? Shit. Oh, damn. Oh my god. I could also obviously just go change my badges and make this a lot easier. I'm just once again being very stubborn. I know there's like a lot of ways I can make this easier. I could be using that projectile more, I could be equipping badges. But I feel like this thing is like my arch nemesis at this point. Yeah, healing is pointless in this fight, obviously, so... What are you gonna do, buddy? Now what? Oh, God. This is painful. That was luck. I feel like I should have died there. You were way too close to me. I'm so sorry to anyone watching. Now the Ultra Radiant fight. Okay. Oh my god. And then it lights up. Don't light it up. I'm never doing that shit again, man. I commend anyone that has done all of this. I really do. See, I'm missing like 6 bosses, maybe. That was literally the bosses I've struggled against the most in this game were the Brooding Malek, the Failed Champion, the Lost Kin was really hard too, for sure. I mean, Nosk, like, I just kind of brute forced Nosk. It wasn't like super. It took like a couple tries, but it's just hard in the Colosseum because I don't have a good strategy for it. Obviously, Grey Prince Zod is hard. I'm still working on that one. I'm like 5 phases into it. I don't even remember what the White Defender. Oh, that's their dream form, which I haven't fought yet. Maybe you can just only fight it here. Yeah. Thanks. Even if you're just saying that, thanks. But okay. I need a break, so I'm gonna go sit on the bench and take a break. And yeah, I really have a problem with like sunk cost fallacies because I know I could have just equipped charms and made that a lot more bearable. I was just like, this shouldn't be this hard. Like I should not be having this much trouble with it, and I was like in a really stubborn mindset that I just didn't want to equip like I don't know, one of these charms. I mean, what would even help? Maybe like the Sharp Shadow would help or other stuff. But yeah, I'll be right back, and then I'll do something more interesting. Thanks for hanging out. Making lemon chicken with jasmine rice, Shion? Nice. Okay. Let's look through here one more time. Okay. So I wonder if both the dream version... Let me see here. False Night. I kind of want to read all of them because they all have like a different description. Slumbering god of fertility. Vicious god of territories. Lonely god of the nest. Angry god of the downtrodden. Yeah, like they're not a god. They were like a little grub that stole this armor. Baleful god of regrets. So yeah, they all have this. They all have like the dream version and the other version has two of these. Thanks for the welcome backs. And yeah, have a good lurk, Xion. God protector of a fading land. That's the same. Okay. Restless god of those who band together. Alluring god of motherhood. Wait, they have a... Why do they have two? All sister gods of combat. Why do they have two nodes? Oh, you're still working on. Yeah, I remember you said you performed it, but now you need to write out what you actually performed because you improv'd. I think that was the deal you said. I'm so confused here because there is a little corner to it. They have two, like they either have a dream version or like another phase, but there's no way to access that, which is interesting. Correct, yeah. So could you just like watch the video? I remember you said you got the video of it. Could you just like watch that and like transcribe that? Lover gods of faith and devotion. That's cute. Watchful god of duty. Broken shell of an empty god. I'm guessing it's... No, technically they're separate bosses, so lost god of the abyss. Interesting. I see, yeah. And yeah, I get that's just kind of like a little tedious at that point because like the creative process isn't really there. You're kind of just, you know, writing out what you're saying. Ever-changing god of the faceless. Joyful god of protection. Gallant god of the arena. Shining god of greed. Yeah, so they like jump up. I forgot about that when you first fight them, and then they like have a second form up above. Duolingo? Are you studying another language? I dabbled with studying Japanese at one point in the past, but I kind of fell off it. I just kind of learned some vocabulary. Uncanny god of knowledge. What's behind them? Treacherous god of anger. False god conjured by the lonely. It's funny they're here when I haven't even finished, like, the fight. God, what is that? It's like, that must unlock when you do everything. Traveling god of the droop. And yeah, I think I still need to... Oh, it's like red. God of nightmares. I'm looking forward to fighting that. And then there's 1, 2, 3. Still some areas where I think there's probably going to be at least one boss, so I don't want to, like, spoil. Whoa. Oh, cool. Oro and Mato, loyal brother gods of the nail. So some of these must be other bosses here. I wonder if they have new dialogue if I go and talk to them now. You're preparing for your time in Italy in the future. Awesome. You're dying to go see an F1 race? Cool. Are you into, like, cars and, or just, like, F1 in particular, specifically? Yeah, I know somebody who studied abroad in Italy. I think I do, one of my friends. I think it was Italy she went to, if I remember right. Elder Hugh, Dreamborn god of travelers and sages. Dreamborn god of the beyond. Interesting they say Dreamborn. Maybe because you fight them in that form, or I don't know. The Dream Sparkles form. Dreamborn god of heroic hearts. Dreamborn god of meditation and isolation. I went back and, when I was looking for grubs, I went back and revisited this guy's corpse, and it was like still sparkling with the dream things. And I couldn't interact with it, so I wonder if that's just like a mistake or something. It was weird. I marked it on the map just in case. Strictly F1? Okay, gotcha. That's cool. Dreamborn god of faith and betrayal. Dreamborn god of gardens. Of fear and relief. Sentinel gods of the spider. So now that unlocked. Weird. Kindly god of bravery and honor. Yeah, it's the same. Covetous god of soul. Frenzy god of mortality. Haunted god of the sanctum. So that's that guy with the sword. I had a bit of a car phase at one point, but didn't last super long. Not really much these days. I just mean kind of like, it was just kind of like my brother was into them, so I had kind of a phase because of that. Like, oh, maybe cars are cool. Okay, so they scare you. They can be pretty scary. People driving cars is what scares me. Like, people drive so fast sometimes. Sometimes, like, when I'm just crossing the street or something, or like, I don't know, it's just like a you know, a residential area or something, or like back road. And yeah, I'll just be like going across the street or something, and like, yeah, people just like don't slow down. F1 is the only thing that's stuck, yeah. Yeah, and F1 is like, those are like they're like kind of like, those are like the really fast, like they're kind of like long looking. I'm trying to like picture them in my head. I think I thought of like NASCAR at first, but no, yeah, F1 is like the super, super speedy ones, yeah. You, yeah, sorry. Not a NASCAR fan, no. I should play some racing games at some point on stream. Um, are you into any like racing games, like racing video games? No. It's been a couple over the years I've liked. Besides like Mario Kart, as you know, which I have a wonderful collection of replays on the Nat Starlight YouTube channel. Check it out. It's good content. Mario Kart 8 for Wii U. Specifically, it's not the Switch version. Oh, this is... I think that's new, the thing on the left. I did that, like, fill up. Yeah, it did. So there's 4. Okay. Yeah, what have I played? I don't know. Like the San Francisco Rush series. I know I've played like others with friends. Like Need for Speed and stuff. It's not really a lot of like, racing games have kind of like fallen out of favor. I mean, there's still Gran Turismo and Forza, and those are like the only two, at least really popular ones these days I'm aware of. I know. That's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to make a comeback and really overcome my past you know, successes with those Mario Kart replays. They're gonna be hard to top, but no, seriously, it was just like in the original version, in the Wii U version of Mario Kart 8 anyway, there was a replay feature where you could just like instantly share it to YouTube. So that's where that comes from. I wasn't like purposely like trying to make like content or anything. I just was using that replay feature in the game. So I made like 20 of them or something, and they just never took them down or anything. F-Zero is another racing game I guess I played. It's another Nintendo series. Alright, so the way I'm going to handle this place is... I'm going to leave for now. Because that Gruz mother destroyed me. And I want to find the remainder of the grubs. Oh, jeez. So they're still alive. Hallowed land, tune, gods. Jeez, feel kind of bad for them. So yeah, these are just like these people. Yeah, and I question what's really happening here. This is really interesting because I accessed that place by like entering this person's dream. At least that's the way I understand it. Or their dreams or wishes. So my theory, and don't confirm this or deny it, but my theory is it's just this one person who's maybe from some like ancient age or something. And I'm actually just seeing like inside their mind or their dream. And none of that is real, really. And I'm just like fighting. That's why like all the bosses are there and stuff. And I'm just like, it's just them like worshiping all the most powerful beings like throughout history or something. And I don't know. I don't know. But because they just, well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, what's wrong with them? I thought they were dead, but they're like still alive. I think they're just like either lost in their own like mind or something, or their own dream, or they were kicked out of that place maybe, and it kind of like messed them up or something. But I think it's possible that's just all like in this one character's mind or something, and it doesn't actually have anything to do with the gods, like the actual gods, like Un and stuff. They're also just kind of in like this garbage dump, so it's just kind of like sad. It's another like really kind of like subtly melancholic little piece of storytelling that kind of like, you know, ties together this whole game's whole like vibe with like this ruined land. No, oh god, dude, there's something there. I didn't really look around this whole room, so I'm going to do that. I love how this room looks. I said that last time too, but yeah, I'm guessing dream nailing them just brings me back to there. I love how that looks. I love all the guys in the back. Oh, it's going off. There's just like a bunch of them around that pillar. It's a really nice touch. Oh, is this where I came from? So is the place up top something different? Yeah, there was something up top, though. I know, I'm sorry, Chloe. You said it was grown on you, though, so... You'll be converted, eventually. Like I said, next game you play, you're gonna find yourself... Oh, just gonna try. Once you try it once, you'll be hooked. Yeah, I left. So I haven't been here, then. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, grind that right now. Yeah, my plan, I was saying right before I left there, no, I don't believe it. I'm gonna go find the remaining grubs, I think. And if I attempt anything there again, I kind of just want to be like fully upgraded and everything. I still have to get this last little node. So I'm gonna do some other stuff. I want to probably want to at least try to do the 4 gauntlets, because that's fun. And the dream bosses. I don't plan on doing any more of those challenges, like with the Gruz mother. It's just like, to me, it's kind of like my mindset with that kind of thing is like, okay, like I'm good, like enough. Like the game already has enough content in it, and I was saying like I like that it keeps there's more, more, and more. But that is just like so. That's like so much. Like all of those bosses have like 3 or 4 phases. And I've already been playing this game for 2 months, so like I'll just absolutely burn out. So my plan is to kind of, I'll see what I feel like doing, but I might try to do the dream bosses in this before I finish it, or I might just finish the game first, and it might be kind of like a situation where I revisit this game now and again. Like just when I feel like it, I might jump back into it. I might stream it and just like do attempts on this harder challenge stuff. And I feel like that's a way to do it where I won't like burn out, and I'll just like attempt it now and again. Um, and I'm still curious what the Void Heart edition added. Maybe it added this stuff. I don't know. I'd have to look into that after I finish it. You will be converted to the anti-hut. It is the way. Again, not in every game. At least in games like this where it's all about the atmosphere and stuff, and they're so immersive. That's when I like to turn it off. So yeah, we'll see. Nothing's set in stone. It just depends what I feel like. But the only thing is like, you know, it's like all that is like totally fine as like an optional challenge. And like I said, it's cool. They kind of like, hey, if you want any kind of challenge with these bosses, like we're giving it to you. And people who like really are into like grinding all that, like that's awesome. I'm kind of like, I love doing like tough bosses, like the one time, you know, and some of them have like the optional dream form. That's cool. And they have like different behavior patterns. So that makes it more interesting. But typically in games, as I've kind of talked about this whole playthrough, I'm all about like unique stuff, unique content. When it comes to like things being remixed endlessly, that's right. Often don't get, sometimes I enjoy it for sure. It depends, but I guess it's kind of like a line for me where it's like, okay, there's a lot of other games out there I want to get to. I don't want to be like, you know, just grinding all these bosses and stuff forever. And yeah, it's like all about me. Like I like when stuff like is, I love like finding the bosses and doing them and finding new stuff. But yeah, but I don't know. You know, we'll see what I end up doing. Me? You mean like that's you, Gian? You like doing all that? Yeah, I like finding like, you know, finding a boss and then grinding out the one fight and stuff, and maybe doing like one optional harder version of it. But I didn't expect there to be like so many. Like they have an ascended form, and then they have a radiant form, and then there's the dream form, and like it's like there's so much. And the only thing with it that I was kind of like, and I was kind of saying earlier, like this is the part that makes me nervous, is it seems like you do get like there's gates down there that are locked. I'm wondering if they unlock if you do it all, or maybe they unlock if you just do the 4 challenges. Because it is kind of a bummer that it's like, when there's something like that where it's like such an ask, I kind of don't mind if it's just like for bragging rights, but when it actually like potentially unlocks something cool, it's like, on the one hand, that's cool. It makes it like worthwhile. On the other hand, it's like, oh, but I don't want to like miss that content. But if it is something really cool, like let's say you do all that stuff, and oh yeah, very kind of, well, not even number, but yeah, very neat number. Um, let's say you do all that stuff, and that unlocks like the big super boss fight. I just kind of want to do the super boss fight without going through all that. I don't know, but that's just me. But anyway, I do. Oh, that's all just to say. I want to try to do these 4 challenges. I want to try to do the dream bosses. Again, maybe before I fight the final boss, maybe after, here and there. I'm definitely going to go down to the palace and do that. And then in general, just try to figure out some of the other little lingering mysteries in the world and get all the grubs. So that's kind of my plan right now. You did all of them? Did you? But you did all of them, but you didn't beat all of them? What do you mean? You mean like you tried all of them? You just tried all of them, or? Okay, all right, gotcha. Yeah, like I could do that, I suppose. Just kind of see what the fights looked like and how they changed them. Yeah, potentially. I'm just worried I'll get stuck on it, like with that Gruz mod. They're like, oh, this is doable, and I'll just keep trying it. Um, is 13,000? I can't do math. um, I was thinking like, well, 13's an odd number, but yeah, I guess 13,000 is an even number. Yeah, math. I know it's not technically math, but math was always I was a, you know, like a pretty good student, but math was always my weakness. More of an art kid, English kid. The creative side of things and all that. Where the hell am I? Where is this? What's going on? Oh, yeah, I came through that door. I'm like, not even paying attention. Oh, where are we going? Whole other new area again. Oh, the drippy ambience. I know. I knew there was a secret. Fluke Hermit. I'm just quiet because I'm just taking it all in. More new discoveries. They never end. So I have a Zelda comparison here. Does that surprise you? I bet it's surprising I'm going to compare this to Zelda. You always wanted to be an English and art kid, but you're a science and math person. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, we're all different. And that's great. You know, diversity and like just variety is, you know, it's like a cliche message, but you know, the spice of life. You know, it's all important in one way or another. Yeah, I remember you saying you were studying like the brain and you were starting to be like a chiropractor and stuff. So yeah, that makes sense. But you know, you dabble in drama too, and that is an art for sure. Absolutely. So yeah, this very much reminds me of it's a character in Ocarina of Time, like the Poe dealer. They have like a hood on, they have like one eye, and they have like a stick, and they're kind of like this weirdo hanging out in like this dark room. This is very much reminds me of that. Math and science make sense. Art and English are not easy. Yeah, and I mean, you know, I am the opposite. Like English always just kind of came more naturally to me. And art, you know, to an extent. I always loved to draw. And math was always so hard for me. Science I liked though, unless it involved math. But I usually did pretty well in like science classes and stuff too. I'd say it wasn't like my main thing, but Anyway. Glah glah, mother sends treasure, gather it up. Safe glah, little sisters, glah glah. Stronger, glah glah, bigger, mother. Glah glah, grow and grow, nice and wet. Noisy glah glah, scary up up, stay here glah. So it's just the same. I think that was it. Mother's glow, so angry, so angry. Oh. Mother's glow as in the, like the dream mail, I wonder. Mother's glow. Hold on, I wanna hear this again. Because by mother, I thought they were referring to the fluke marm. But I mean, this is purely because somebody kind of like spoiled this potentially. When I met the white lady, someone just kind of like popped in a chat and said like, "Oh, you met mother," and I was like, I don't know what that means. So I just hope it wasn't a spoiler. But I wonder if by mother they're referring to the white lady then, and that's something I've kind of yet to discover, but maybe not, because they're talking about white glow or like. They said something like the glow is scary. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe they just mean the fluke marm. It's interesting one of these is like sentient or whatever. I like they took like this like really like the most like kind of like disgusting freaky enemy in the game and they made them into like an NPC, which is interesting. And I have been questioning like the whole game, like you have all these like intelligent bug NPCs, but you also have all these other bugs that are just kind of like enemies or animals. And you know, I think I said way earlier, I guess that like makes sense, you know, like you know, humans are technically animals and we live alongside all these other animals and so on. So you know, that can make sense. But it's interesting because like characters like this kind of blur the line, like how actually intelligent are some of these creatures and so on. And some, like the stag beetle, look a lot more like bugs than others. There's like a lot of kind of inconsistency. And I think it was just the developers playing around with the designs and stuff and having fun. And again, I still question. So a lot of the bugs wear like white masks, I think, and we don't actually see what their faces look like. But some don't, and they look a lot more actually like bug-like. So maybe under the masks, they look more like bugs. I don't know. Ah, I'm missed a lot of chat rambling. You're bad at everything but history, Xion. Yeah, history was cool. Put you in a pre-calculus class and you will survive. Chloe, hand me a paintbrush and you'll drown. Yeah, I'm the opposite. Oh, you gotta head out? All right, yeah, sorry I missed that. Yeah, if you're still there, have a great night. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, Chloe. Always great to see you. And good luck with finishing the monologue if you get to it. Yeah, take care. All right. I bet I could like kill that, but I'm not going to. Their little baby. Something up there. Yeah, sometimes you just find something and it's just like cryptic. Just like cryptic dialogue or something. Let me go right like on top of them and I'll just make a pin where I'm standing. couple other pins I still need to check out. I made. Yeah, I'll probably have a lot to say with how this game's handled its storytelling after I finish. I'm still processing it all. There's definitely a lot about it I really like. Some parts of it I might have mixed feelings on, but I'll probably talk about that later. I need to see the whole picture first. I like a lot of the obtuseness. Some of it, again, it's the kind of thing where it's hard to say because I feel like I need to see it all through. And I don't want to just like judge something without, if I'm just not getting something or something. I feel like some of it, sometimes I'll just find some dialogue or something and it's just like, it feels like overly obtuse for the sake of it. Like it's just kind of like the developers just kind of digging a little too deep into like the isn't this so cryptic and interesting? And I'm thinking of kind of like in the teacher's archive you could like read these tubes and it was just kind of like nonsense, but that's also like one of the only areas that was like that. And for all I know, there's some genius explanation for it. I'm sure there probably is some explanation for it, but it all just seemed to kind of relate to, I'd have to go back and read it, but it was kind of like experiments they were doing to try to stave off the infection. But I love in a narrative finding all these kind of like almost like clues and piecing it together. For example, like the White Mother's dialogue was cryptic, but I really liked it. Like it was cryptic, but I knew that it is something that felt very decipherable after I kind of, learn everything else and piece it all together. And maybe even on like a replay, I'd be like, okay, this makes more sense now. I love that kind of thing. And sometimes I do just, I mean, like I'm a big like Silent Hill fan. Like I like the original Silent Hill games have a lot of stuff that you really need to like. I love stuff you need to like think about and where the developers trust the player to figure it out. But I do just question with this game if there's some areas where it's just like so obtuse and it's just kind of like, I don't know. I gotta finish the game first. That's why I didn't want to talk about this yet, because I might change my mind. It's hard to put my thoughts and feelings into words right now, because I'm still just kind of piecing it all together. But yeah, because I do like the game. Just does have a lot of like little mysteries and stuff like that. It's one of my favorite parts of the game, honestly. But yeah, I just feel like there's just some stuff I encounter, and I'm just kind of like, most of it I'm like, oh, this is interesting, or I want to think about this for a minute. Some of it I'm just kind of like, okay. Either way, it's a section of the paper, yeah. And I feel like that character's dialogue just now is kind of one of those moments, but it's also kind of just like, I appreciate it. It's just kind of like a weird thing that's just kind of there. And it's not like a boss or an item you get or anything, and maybe there's something you can do there, but I do love that kind of thing in games. Where it's just a cool thing, weird thing for the sake of it. That's just like world building. So I do appreciate it on that level. Oh, okay. It's funny, I think I came down here earlier and like slashed there. I kind of got a sense there was something there. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this game. There's a lot to talk about. But at the very least, these developers really had a vision, they really had a passion, and they really went for it. And they went for it. Like, they really poured everything into this game, I can tell, and that's amazing, and it really shows. And I do think it's an amazing game that really does live up to the hype for me. And again, I'm finding that more and more and more over the years, it's just so many indie games end up doing that for me. Because the devs are just so much more free to do exactly what they want to do and do things that quote-unquote AAA games often like are more scared to do or aren't allowed to do, and it's great. Just getting a drink of water. I think I will say, after just like, saying how much I love the game and stuff, and I think I said it earlier, I am a little disappointed by the city, because I just feel like it was an area, like there's the whole thing at the start where it's like, here starts the Pilgrim Way, this is the journey to the capital. You meet a lot of NPCs early on who are like, oh, you got to make it to the capital. I think like Quirrell's like, I'm trying to get to the capital. That's the heart of the land. I thought it would be like a situation where like that would be like the end of the game, right? Like it's like the center of the map, and it's like this huge area with all these like varied like buildings and locations, and I just kind of like overhyped it in my head a little bit, because it just ended up feeling kind of smaller than I was kind of picturing, because it kind of is that, like it has kind of all these different little places in it, like the Pleasure House and Soul Sanctum, and the Tower of Love, which was a funny like little secret area. And I love the vibes with the rain, and the music's great. It's one of the best songs in the game. But especially when I kind of explored this like left side, and then way later in the game, I went down that elevator, I think, at the top, and so I came in from the right. And when I got to this place where you start entering a bunch of houses, I was like really excited. I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna start finding like these different like people living here, maybe, because there was like that Amelia or Emelita or whatever her name is. This is like that person who's laughing at everyone in that area. And then you met like Marissa in the Pleasure House, and that was kind of just it. I just went further to the left, and I'm like, oh, I'm just back at the Hollow Knight statue. Like that's it. Okay. So I'm being greedy. The game's amazing. There's so many cool areas. The world's huge. I'm being greedy. Like this doesn't like take points away from the game. It's just like something that I kind of overhyped in my head, because there was a lot of build up and stuff, and I was expecting kind of more from it, I guess. But it's still a cool area, right? Like, if it was just kind of treated as just like, oh, just another area, I probably wouldn't have felt this way. It probably would have been like, oh, this area is super cool. It's like there's a lot of different like regions to it and stuff. And I think I said it earlier too, but like a lot of it kind of looks the same when you're inside the buildings. It starts to feel a little homogenous. There's a lot of these elevators and stuff. But I digress. I guess I just wanted more like kind of outdoor areas that with the lamps and everything. And if you count the sewer as part of it, then that definitely elevates it, because I love the sewer and how it keeps like going deeper. There's all these cool stuff in it down there. Yeah, you get it. And I remember you saying this is your favorite area too, and I do understand that. It's definitely a highlight of the game still. I love sewers. I love any kind of cave or creepy sewer. Oh, I don't want to open that because I can't even get in there. Yeah, I'm like missing some kind of switch or something in this room. And I would still rank it, and like, if I had to like rank the areas, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know really. My favorites are Green Path, Queen's Gardens, Deep Nest, Ancient Basin, and then the city and the sewer, probably. Um, my least favorite area is probably this. Not because I dislike it, I think the aesthetic and the theming of it is the most generic in the game. It feels like something I've seen in a bunch of games, like the Crystal Cave area. Uh, and it just feels kind of like it's like off on its own to the side. It feels like it's almost like kind of like it just kind of like stands out from the rest of the game. It doesn't really feel as interesting to me, but it has its place. It's cool. There's like a mountain at the top of the map that's like above ground, so it still has its place. And I like the platforming challenges there. I mean, Howling Cliff's kind of a small area, but I still like the vibe. But yeah, I think like Deep Nest might honestly be my favorite area. It gets kind of repetitive, but there's just a lot of cool stuff there. There's like the hidden Nosk boss, the Spider Village, the failed tramway is a cool area. It's really creepy. I feel like I have a lot of like just good memories. All the underground areas are cool. Well, it's all underground, but you know what I mean. The really deep underground. So yeah, there's something above me here. How do I get to that? It's so weird. Because you can't wall jump off that. Wait, hold on. I have a question, Gian, if you're there. Do you see what I'm talking? I wish you could zoom in. Do you see what I'm talking about? See how the ceiling's open here and there's like a little space above the bench? Is that just nothing? Is that just like reflecting the roof of this room and you can't go up there or anything? Or is that actually something? I don't want to know how to get there if it is something, but I just want to know if it actually is something. Because I just remember these are just not filled in either. It might just be the map tricking me again. Because I thought maybe you'd like fall in from above, or there was like a way to get up here and it would be something. But now I'm thinking it's just nothing. Again, I don't... If it was something, maybe like up there. And then that's that thing. I'll leave it marked for now, I guess. Okay, let's go down to the hive, because I'm kind of close to it. You can get there. Okay, alright, thank you. It's good to know. I was about to start complaining about the map being deceptive again, but I will refrain. It's so weird to me, because like, how the heck do you get there? Maybe there's something, a secret passage in the Tower of Love. If there's one thing I've missed secrets with, it's probably slashing ceilings. Because I've been obsessively slashing every wall, but not every ceiling. Man, I really thought that was it. That really looks like that really looks like something. Damn. Oh, I can take my little... I was going to take a... I forgot to last time I was here. Because it looks like I'm in the jar. Oh, the floor, too. I haven't been checking a ton. I think this was just that boss. I really like this actual context for the grubs getting hidden in jars. I don't know why the collector hides them all over the world, but it's just one of those things like, oh, they're just some eccentric person. So, good enough. So yeah, my other idea is if I go up from here... I have to go all the way up. I feel like it's so strange. I feel like this and the fungal waste are probably the most like revisited areas for me in terms of ones I pass through when I'm backtracking. And I say it's weird because this area is like at the edge of the world, so you wouldn't think I'd come through here a lot, but I do for whatever reason. I feel like I've been back here a lot. Jeez, remember when I thought the Colosseum was hard? It's like baby stuff now with this whole God Home situation. Yeah, it's just... I guess I came back looking for the hive. There's a couple of weird things here. I've come back to check a couple times. I came back here to go to the Colosseum, I guess. Yeah. To get to the Tower of Love, because I missed that originally. Yeah, it kind of connects to a lot of places. Okay. Do I not have my, Oh no, I do. Let's see the little charm equipped. There's a little guy there. I think I came down here before. Yeah. Oh, I'm hitting the spikes. Okay. Yeah, something really cool, and I love this so much. I love this stuff in Metroidvanias. Super Metroid has a lot of stuff like this. I noticed when I was backtracking looking for the grubs, like a realization I made was how you can just bounce on spikes like that. Really since the beginning of the game, I presume. So all those areas, like very early in the game, there was all these places in like Green Path where there's all these little spiky shelled guys and like in acid water. And originally I went to one of those and I was trying to damage boost off them early in the game. And I was like, oh, I'm going to sequence break. And then I ended up losing all my money because I got stuck. And I was kind of complaining. I was like, oh, that's kind of rude. The developers like... Well, just the fact that you can get stuck like that. I felt like I was getting punished for trying to sequence break. But I actually could have done a sequence break there probably by doing that, by bouncing on them. Yeah, yep, you remember? Yep, that's what you were probably thinking, yeah. And I kept thinking I'm gonna get like spiky shoes to let me step on those enemies. But yeah, that's really cool. So I could have probably got to like the Queen's Gardens way earlier and stuff. And that's awesome. Like if I ever replayed this, I try to do stuff like that and do like a totally different order through the game. And again, that's like the Breath of the Wildness that I always compare it to. I keep comparing it to. Doing things in absolutely like, well, not absolutely any order, but it's still very freeform. And I know there's other games besides Breath of the Wild that do that. Obviously, there's a lot of open world games like that, you know, like Skyrim and everything. But I just think of Breath of the Wild because I think the way, the order you do stuff in that, and Tears of the Kingdom, you know, can like dramatically change like your route through it, your experience, and though Tears of the Kingdom, as I know we've talked about, Gian, or I've probably complained to you, is less well designed in that regard, in my opinion, because it actually does lock you out of certain things if you try to go to them early. If you don't go to Lookout Landing first, you just straight up can't do some things, as I learned the hard way, which was a bummer. But anyway, still, you know, to give that game credit, it's still very freeform with all the mechanics, and you can do all this wacky stuff, and I do think that is a lot of fun, in spite of the criticism that maybe it's too free, and I get that, but I kind of argue that the process of at least figuring all that stuff out, if you don't look it all up online, is still very fun. But yeah, some more balancing could definitely happen with that stuff for sure. I doubt this is... Maybe we'll go up here as well. This is the true Metroidvania experience. Backtracking literally everywhere and slashing every little surface. And then my only other idea is to go down here. Goddamn, man. This game really has a bad habit of just putting spikes in these long drop rooms. It's a little cheesy. It's a minor criticism I have with the level design in this. This place, there was a bunch of enemies here. Could be something off of this area. This is all like outdoors though at this point. There was a window that shattered once. Though that was in the Queen's Gardens. In the city too. I was saying the areas I've kind of been to the most. Definitely the city too, because it is kind of at the heart of everything. So I definitely come back through here a lot. And that's why I think when I do think of the game later, it's probably one of the first areas I'm going to think of. Especially because the music is really memorable. So what I'm looking at, right, this is actually the area I'm trying to get to. It's like right outside this window, I think. Very strange. It would like blow my mind if you could shatter them with that. I don't know, I'm stumped on that one. Maybe I still am missing some kind of skill. Well, let me like get up there. What's this? This is the place, right? That looks like almost like it's something. There must be some like advanced tech you can use to like get up there. I don't know. Weird. I don't know. I shouldn't even be trying this for like, 'cause I know there's at least one major area I have not even been to yet, so I gotta prioritize that. But I'm gonna do the get that grub first and the nest or the hive. Maybe they give you an item or something. Still the Zode fight as well. No, I hurt one of my friends. I like those guys. I haven't like attacked any of them the whole game. I just think they're cute. The hive it's kind of a pain in the ass area. Because I did come back here briefly when on the grub search. I just kind of left after a minute because I was like, the enemies here are just kind of annoying. I don't feel like, well, it wasn't really, it was just kind of more like, I feel like I thought I had seen everything here, but I guess not. But it's like, it feels like it's very much an optional area with a really good reward at the end. It was like this thing, which I haven't even used. Because I didn't want to make like I was going to use it in the Coliseum. I didn't want to make it too easy though. It probably still would have been hard, but yeah, it regenerates your life automatically, it seems. So yeah, it's fine that like the enemies here, they just really like gang up on you, and there's a ton of them in the big rooms. And yeah, it's like an optional area. Yeah, with a good reward, I think that's fine. You just gotta be careful here. So yeah, if this is the last grub, that means I found every single one except this one without the map. But I don't mind, because I had fun just kind of retracing everywhere looking for them. It's the type of game where I just really enjoy spending time in the world. Which is always the sign of like a game I really love. It's just fun to inhabit the space, the world, and fun to just move around. Which I think this game does both of those things. This is something. I was gonna say, if it's over here, it makes sense. I remember coming here and just being like, oh, dead end, and then I left. I see it. Get up there. This one's pretty well hidden. gonna respawn, huh? Oh, so close. This thing is gonna kill me. Oh, shit. And the way they back away from you makes this tough. Oh, no, I had it. I don't know if this is the intended way, but it definitely will work. I mean, this guy I could probably lure up there too, maybe. If this is the intended way, this is like the hardest grub in the game. None of them have been this obtuse. Is there another one of those little guys? There is. Better kill these first. The hivelings build their nest around this sorry bug, or does the bug squeeze its body into their nest? Either way, they seem happy enough. Come on, bud. Why did you stop? How do I get them over here? Perfect. Not quite. This is tough. Ah, whoa. What a little secret. Damn. The final grub, perchance? Yeah, hell yeah. Wow, I was missing one. I found the grub map when I was missing one of them. That's so funny. God. I'm glad though, because I think it was fun to search them down. That would have kind of taken it away from me. Taken away the fun of it for me a bit. That was the hardest one in the game. Jeez. I probably, if I had like come back here, I probably would have found that on my own. I just didn't bother with the hive. I was like, there's probably not any there. Thank you. So now we gotta go back and visit the grub father. Yeah, I mean, I got the trophy, so I'm guessing it's all of them. I could check that in the menu. Yeah. Well, at least we used the map, I guess. So I'm guessing you're meant to do that when you first go in there when there's a bunch of those guys and I just killed them all first. As opposed to like luring them down from below, but... Actually, feel free to tell me, Gion, if there's another way to do that, I'm curious. Was that the intended way, the way I did it? Because it didn't feel like it. Unless, of course, it spoils some skill I'm not aware of. Obviously, don't say that, but... That's the way you did it? Okay. I love how you can see the hive from the outside. Yeah, I'm guessing you're just meant to when there's like a lot of them. Probably the quickest way is to go down. Damn. Oh my god, the spikes. My enemy. Yeah, when there's like a bunch of them in the room when you first get in there. The problem is they don't respawn, so you kind of have a limited number of chances. And then you'd have to like, I don't know, reload the game maybe. Still can't believe how well hidden that hive entrance was. Is there like a bug on the floor there? Yeah, I could destroy those, and the music would be gone permanently. I'm guessing like in the little, I did that in the little area in the Queen's Gardens, and that happened. And someone did mention in chat that yeah, the same thing happens in the trams. So like I'm careful. I don't want to do that because I want to keep the music. So at the very end, I'm gonna dump all my money in there when I just, you know, don't feel like I have anything else to spend it on. I mean, I already don't, but I'll just wait till the very end. And I still have all these things to sell, so if I needed more money. We'll get to you, buddy. You're next. I thought that would be like the last thing I did before fighting the final boss, but the whole God Home thing is like, adds a whole other challenge thing into the mix. Dash out to be cool. I gotta, I wanted to set another, I think it's down. Yeah. I did that before, but then I had to move it when I did that flower quest so I could easily restart it. I really do feel like I've gotten attached to this town. Early in the game, I wasn't sure I was going to, because I visited here so infrequently at first. And there weren't a lot of characters living here, but you do end up kind of making it a little lively. Right? I think the only thing that would like complete it is if Quirrell started hanging out here, but I did really love the moment where I found them at Blue Lake. And they were kind of crushing on me a bit, and then they left their sword behind, implying they're like, you know, their mission's complete. You know, they're done with their adventure, at least for now. I'd love to like play as Quirrell. This is a game where I could envision playing as like several different NPCs. And I love this guy. Alright, it's time. I'm a little sad. A little sad. It's over. No more little grubs to save. It's like one of my favorite little, like, collectible... Like, that's a very Zelda thing. Having a cute little, like, Korix, you know, Skulltulas, some main, like, collectible like that. Super Zelda. But this is, like, one of my favorite uses of that trope, I feel, because I just thought they were so cute and fun to find. It's just satisfying to save them. I always like when you're, like, saving some creature or person, and then you're like, it's a little, like, heroic thing, instead of just collecting something. Way. So much money. So much money. Maybe I should have dumped it in the fountain before this, because you get a lot from this. But oh well. Whatever. I don't think there's anything else to spend money on, but I might be eating those words. King's Idol. Grubberfly's Elegy. So I knew it had to be some kind of charm for all of it. Grubberfly's Elegy. Contains the gratitude of grubs who will move to the next stage of their lives. Imbues weapons with a holy strength. When the bearer is at full health, they fire beams of white hot energy from their nail. Are you kidding me? Do I even have to say it? Do I even have to say it? Yeah, and like obviously, you know, Zelda's my favorite series. Like I know I constantly bring it up, but this game clearly took inspiration, as a lot of games do. You know, I just feel like even the way this menu looks is very Zelda. You know, these are like heart pieces. And yeah, obviously that's like the most Zelda thing ever. Having full health and firing out a beam since Zelda 1. It's done that. I was going to say Link to the Past, but no, it's been Zelda 1. I believe you fire out a beam when you're full hearts. So yeah. Super cool. One left and the other half of this. I'm going to take a guess you get the other half of this in the palace area down there. I'm guessing... So my guess is... I think I said it earlier, but... Again, I know that I've heard the name White Palace before, just over the... You know, just from... I saw like a YouTube thumbnail. I think I saw it in someone's like description when they were playing this game at one point. I don't know anything about it, but it's just one of those things, you know, I heard like the name Hornet, I heard that name, I think I heard the name City of Tears. I'd never seen the areas or anything, but just like a slight name spoiler, it's just something I've been knowing has been coming the whole game. It's like some kind of hard area. So I'm guessing I dream nail the king. I think that's the king down there, their corpse or whatever. And then I go into like their memories or something, and the palace is like in its full glory in the past or whatever. And I guess I enter it, and I'm guessing it's like one of those dungeons, basically. Like those little places you enter, like the crystallized mound and stuff like that. But it's like a really big one. And you fight the king at the end of it, I'm guessing is a boss. And I'm guessing you get the other half of that as a reward, and then we'll see what that does. I was thinking maybe you get the other half and that like unlocks that area, but since I think I just got the best dream nail, that will unlock it. But yeah, so and then we have one of these. Do you want to go try that? Oh, my friend, it's so cute. cute how they fade out. What would it be like? I like to like screenshot my accomplishments in games. Like, well, I guess you got the badges. Not whatever. God, what I can't think right now. Achievements or whatever they are. That kind of shows that. But just to show I did it. I got all the grubs. Yeah, I meant the feats. I think they're called. They're called feats. The little trophies that show up in the game. I got one when I got all the grubs. I want to try out this badge. That's, oh, really cool. So not only is it a Zelda, it's actually, since it has like a limited range, it's less a Zelda reference and it's more a Castlevania reference. Because it's very similar to the Crusaegrim from Symphony of the Night. Spoilers for that game, I guess, but that's like the ultimate weapon in that game, which I never actually unlocked. Because, again, spoilers for Symphony of the Night, so cover your ears for a second if you don't want to know how to unlock that weapon in Symphony of the Night. But basically it's just a random drop from an enemy, like one certain enemy in a certain area. You just need to farm for it, and it's a random drop. I think that's how it works, and I never actually did that. But yeah, that's similar to it. Except I think it's even more rapid in that game, and you can just hold the button down, and it just like destroys everything. I do kind of want to try that out maybe next time. I could maybe take off. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, how are we doing here? Still need to find that. Still have no idea what these eggs are for. What do we got left for markers? The mask maker, that just might be world building though, just the person that makes everyone's masks. There's all these weird mushroom things in the mushroom zone, and there's like a big mushroom guy. No idea what that is. That's just like a statue that just might be world building. That we did. Oh wait, no, that's the fluke person. These ones, I'm trying to have a code. It's hard to do because you don't really have enough. The first ones, I'm kind of using those to mark doors specifically. I guess that one I didn't. That's the fountain. But like that's a door. Like locked doors I haven't opened. I guess I could change this one. This I'm really curious about. If there's one of these like little mysteries I want to figure out, it's that, because I'm so fascinated by this area. That was like a guy, one of the Dream Warriors I went back to, and they were still sparkling for some reason. But that just might be like a glitch. This is that weird mirror thing down there. That, again, I have no idea how to get there. That's like that locked door. I put that there because these doors are represented on the map. I'm wondering if there's a way to open them. And that I just put there because I figured there was something I missed up here. And sure enough, I think in the God Home and hinted there's still bosses there. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll have to double check my notes, go through those probably in between streams, but I could try the Zote boss more. And I think there's still a few, like I might have to go back there and check for that boss. I might do that next stream. But otherwise, I gotta stop putting it off and go do this. So yeah, I might go back to the God Home. I should make a warp there, honestly. I wish I could make multiple warps with the Dream Nail. I might go back there and... Well, no, I want to do this first, because I don't want to spoil anything about the boss here. So I might just do that. It's tomorrow, Wednesday. I might just go here next stream. I might just start with that and just see what it's all about, because I'm guessing that's going to be a big thing. And then after I do that, maybe next week, because next week I'm planning on doing some of the Summer Game Fest streams, right? And like, if anyone wants to hang out, that'd be great. If you don't care, I totally understand. I'm just going to do it for fun, because I'm going to watch them anyway, and I'm just going to stream it. Or that's the plan anyway. That the Charm Maker has one more charm if you get them all. So maybe my goal for the rest of this week might be to try to do this. I'm guessing it's going to be like hard. At the very least do that, and then maybe attempt some of those optional bosses. If this does take one stream, I might possibly just go and finish the game. I might just go do the final boss and stuff. If that's all this is going to be here. And just, like I said, like, yeah, like maybe next week with the Summer Game Fest stuff, try some of the optional bosses and just kind of like chill and grind those or something. But I don't know, this game keeps surprising me. There's always some other secret that unlocks when I least expect it. So we'll see what happens, but all these plans are up in the air. But yeah, thanks for being here, Gian. Yeah, I'm going to call it there. Anyone else out there lurking, thanks for hanging out as well. This was kind of a weird stream. Kind of half of it was kind of taken up by fighting that silly Gruz mother boss. Sorry that took, I don't know why that took so long, but I was just stubborn. I wanted to do it. I still think the God Home is a super cool like discovery, the way it's hidden, and I do think it's great it's in the game. I'm like slightly disappointed that it is kind of just a big boss rush thing, and it's not like, I mean, I think there is more to it. If you do all that, it might unlock more. So we'll see. I'll withhold judgment. But again, I'm not complaining too much, because it's just cool that the game has so many weird secrets well hidden in the game like that. So again, like I said last stream, the game could have stopped a long time ago, and I still think it would have been a fantastic game. So it's all just like bonus. It's all just going the extra mile anyway. And I bet there is some big like super boss at the end of all that, probably. I don't know if I'll ever see it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyway, yep, thanks again for hanging out. I'm going to call it there, and I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. EST. All right, take care, Gian. Take care, anyone else lurking, and have a good one. All right, see ya.